I'd like to make a comment about, in general, representing the city of Sun Valley, about county-wide services. City of Sun Valley supplies about $13+ million in property tax revenues to the county. About $7+ million of that goes to the Blaine County School District. City of Sun Valley supplies about $196,000 a year in recreational funds to the county. The City of Sun Valley supplies about, now with the ambulance levy override, about $311,000 a year for ambulance services to our community. That's going to, and based on our level of service at the for the ambulance, that'll account for about $4,800 per ambulance ride. City of Sun Valley accounts for about 21% of all the county revenues via the property tax. What I'm suggesting here is that if I look at my data, do you have any ability to put that up on the screen? Anybody?
What do you got?
No?
Mine already.
I'll talk. No, you don't have this. I made this up myself. I didn't make it up, but we added it.
I knew what you meant.
Well, some of it may be made up. No, that's, I have some copies, but I can read some things. If we look at the $1,009,000 budget for consolidated dispatch services, on a service-based budget allocation, which we're attempting to do now, the city of Bellevue their budget level would be $68,600. The city of Cary, $3,000. City of Hailey, $280,000. That was a little more than your $260, I think you talked about. But in any event, $280,000. Ketchum, $242,000. They're close, aren't they?
They're close relatively to each other.
Yeah. And City of Sun Valley, $101,935, which we've budgeted for. Now we have the Blaine County Sheriff's Office at $285 and Wood River Fire and Rescue at $27. But I'm going to flip this over now to a levy-based budget allocation method, which would be a property tax-based, which is just based on assessed valuation. The City of Bellevue would go from $68,000 down to $37,000. City of Cary would go from $3,000 to $3,500. City of Hailey would go from $280 down to $122. The City of Ketchum would go from $242 to $293. City of Sun Valley would go from $101 to $212. 100% increase. And then I have to go all the way down because the unincorporated Blaine County level would go to $345,000. So that would include all that Mid-Valley and north of Ketchum and so forth. I think what I'm suggesting to you is that we do appreciate, Mayor, your situation. That you have a city that's moving more in the urbanized direction. The city of Sun Valley is relatively static as far as our level of business and our population and all the rest. So I do appreciate the pressure you're facing relative to your emergency service activity. And based on your population of 7,700 people and our population of 1,450, except when the tourists hit town, we also can understand how you'd have pressure on services of all kinds, fire, police, everything. And as a gag, I told you the other day, we haven't had a knife fight in a douching room for years. I mean, it's just the characteristic of our community. We just don't have that activity. We don't have the business activity. We don't have all of those kinds of things that might develop a need for emergency services. So what I'm here to suggest to you is that the people in the city of Sun Valley would not be inclined to say, oh, let's go ahead and double our budget for emergency dispatch, to solve some problems outside our community. It's not that we don't love you like a brother, it's just that, it's not penciling out. That's the end of my little speech.